Hey everybody, we're going to be starting with our ELA 10A descriptive essay today, and that is in regards to our best villain. So it's one of the essays that I really like, and we will get started on it without further ado. So, first, we're going to look up at the Purdue Writing Lab, like we always do, and we are going to do a Google of what a descriptive essay is. There we go. So the first thing we know about a descriptive essay is that the descriptive essay is a genre of essay that asks a student to describe something, an object, person, place, experience, emotion, situation, etc. This genre encourages the student's ability to create a written account of a particular experience. What is more, this genre allows for a great deal of artistic freedom, the goal of which is to paint an image that is vivid and moving in the mind of the reader. One might benefit from keeping in mind this simple maxim: if the reader is unable to clearly form an impression of the thing you are describing, try again. Here are some guidelines for writing a descriptive essay. We're going to take time to brainstorm, and that's what we're going to work on today. If your instructor asks you to describe your favorite food, make sure you jot down some ideas before beginning to describe it. For instance, you may choose pizza, and you may start writing down a few words: sauce, cheese, crust, pepperoni, sausage, spices, hot, melted, etc. Once you've written down some words, you can begin compiling a descriptive list for each one. You'll use clear and concise language. This is our, close this guy down. My YouTubes keep showing up over here, but oh well, I guess I'll just let it keep playing. You'll use clear and concise language. This means that the words are chosen carefully, particularly for their relevancy in relation to that you are intending to describe. You'll choose vivid language. Why use horse when you can use stallion? Why not use tempestuous instead of violent, or miserly in place of cheap? Such choices form a firmer image in the mind of the reader, oftentimes offer nuanced meanings that serve better one's purpose. You'll use your senses. Remember, if you're describing something, you need to be appealing to the senses of the reader. Explain how it smelled, felt, sounded, tasted, looked. Embellish the moment with senses. What were you thinking? If you can describe emotions or feelings related to your topic, you will connect to the reader on a deeper level. Many have felt crushing loss in their lives, or ecstatic joy, or mild complacency. Tap into this emotional reservoir in order to achieve your full descriptive potential. You'll leave the reader with a clear impression. One of your goals is to evoke a strong sense of familiarity and appreciation in the reader. If your reader can walk away from an essay craving the very pizza you just described, you are on your way. So lastly, be organized. It's easy to fall into incoherent rambling of emotions and senses when writing a descriptive essay. However, you must strive to present an organized and logistical description if the readers come away from the essay with a cogent sense of what you're trying to describe. So, now that we know what a descriptive essay is made of, we're going to go back and we're going to look at the lesson information as I copied it out of Edgenuity. So our lesson objectives are to compose an essay that describes a villainous character in contrast to a heroic figure. We'll use precise words and phrases revealing details and sensory language to convey a vivid picture of the villainous character. We'll establish a clear, distinctive, and coherent thesis or perspective and maintain a consistent tone and focus throughout the essay. And we'll use the 6 traits, evaluate and revise the essay with particular attention to ideas and content, voice, and word choice. So, let's just start by brainstorming some of our favorite villains. We have the Dark Knight in relation to the Joker. That's one I hear about all the time. We have Voldemort in relation to Harry Potter. We have President Snow in relation to Katniss. That's the Hunger Games. We have, we have the Hobbit in relation to, who's the really bad guy? Sauron in Lord of the Rings. Might have to look that up on how to spell it, but, what else is a good one? On TV shows, you could have like a detective. In relation to a killer. Well, apparently I can't spell detective today. It's because there's not supposed to be a C there. let's see. I think those are pretty good to get us started. There's a lot. I'm trying to think of other shows I've recently watched on Netflix. Oh, if you watch The Queen's Gambit, the main character in relation to her addiction. So all of these things, you could even present an addiction as an evil character. But I think I'm going to go with Voldemort and Harry Potter because it's something that I'm very, very familiar with. So the first thing I'm going to do is write a list of words about Voldemort. I know he has no nose. He's very reptilian. He's very snake-like, which is pretty much the same thing. Has a snake as a pet. He's very slippery and kind of slimy, and I don't know, he just feels kind of like moldy and damp. Like when I look at him, he's moldy and damp. I don't even know why I would use that to describe him, but isn't he? Like, he's just, like, you just know it's always cold where he is, right? His skin is like a gray-green. He's not human. He's very much inhuman. He's power-hungry. He's a murderer. He's a child murderer, which I do think is worse. I mean, it's bad enough he murders somebody, but if you can murder a child, like a baby child, I don't know if there's any help for you at that point. So, you know, maybe I should keep my opinions to myself, but if anyone disagrees with me on that, you're welcome to come and talk to me about it. So, that's what we know about Voldemort. And Harry Potter, in relation to this, is kind of the foil. He's brave, he's clean cut, you know, he's happy and optimistic for the most part, optimistic as a teenager can be, wants to save the world and distribute powers equally amongst people. He doesn't need to have all the power. One thing I can say, this person is much more experienced. Harry Potter is, he's juvenile when he first comes in. Not in a bad way, I don't mean that, but he's juvenile, he's young. He is essentially the exact opposite. He's this very complete, healthy person in relation to Voldemort. So I think this is a good spot to stop today. We've kind of got a little bit of an idea as to what we're going to want to work on. And let's find me. There I am. Oh, as long as my windows all worked out. This is like my second time recording this today because my windows sometimes give me trouble and I don't know why. If any of you guys have good tips on using OBS, you can come to school and teach me. So that's where we are for our brainstorming, and I'll be back next week to help you start to develop those ideas and make more lists and get our thesis done. Take care, stay healthy, we'll see ya. Bye.